I do not believe Tyler Robinson assassinated Charlie Kirk, and I believe that Turning Point USA is implicated in this moment in a cover-up of sorts, okay? What various roles were played, but to me, looking at the evidence, which I have done more than anybody else, there is a cover-up taking place, and this hearing proves it.
So breaking news on the Tyler Robinson case. Tyler Robinson's defense team has just explosively revealed that neither the ATF nor the FBI is going to hand over the DNA analysis files for the case despite multiple requests. The fix is in, folks. The fix is in. Defense team says, we know these data files exist because we have summary ATF and FBI reports summarizing the analysis, which go back to September. So why hasn't the FBI turned over this data yet? Why hasn't the ATF communicated why it has not? So here's breaking. Tyler Robinson's defense attorneys just told the judge that while the FBI and ATF claimed in the probable cause statement that Robinson's DNA was found on the rifle's trigger, ammunition round casings, and multiple towels, the prosecution never turned that evidence over in physical or digital form to the defense. Is that because it doesn't exist? Even Ed Krasentine is on this.
One of the biggest pieces of shit who ever lived
even he's
find something
on
funny about this.
Yes.
And he's right. But I like that he's more conspiracy theories claiming Trump's or will surely arise from this. He's such a punk, he'd never just say what we all know. Because Trump didn't want to look into it, we know he's in on it. It's very simple.
Yes.
Guilty, motherfucker. It ain't no conspiracy.
So
you helped.
so he says down here, more conspiracy theories claiming that Trump staged his own assassination attempt will surely arise from this. Well, why did he close the case?
Also, why is it bad to be a conspiracy theorist again?
Right, again?
Assholes?
Why?
It's not an insult to me.
It's not an insult to me. Conspiracies are happening all the time.
I hope it damages your government.
Here's a little video.
The probable cause statement in support of the information says in the middle of page 6, the rifle, ammunition rounds, and towel were sent for forensic processing. DNA consistent with Robinson's was found on the trigger, other parts of the rifle, the fired cartridge casing, 2 of the 3 unfired cartridges, and the towel. We have not received the discovery, and I'm not talking about expert notice. I will address that. We have not received the physical evidence and the electronic evidence that supports those assertions made by Mr. Gray when he swore to the probable cause statement attached to the information.
Okay. So Candace actually, well, first of all, Village Crazy Lady Mel says it's absolutely outrageous that after 7.5 months, the FBI and ATF still refuse to hand over the full reports on their investigation in Tyler Robinson's defense. It's even more outrageous. Erica Kirk's legal team is attempting to pressure the Utah County Court to proceed with the evidentiary hearing anyways. Beyond clear, they are scrambling since they never intended for this case to go to trial to begin with. He was supposed to be killed in a shootout.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out why you can't fake the DNA evidence at this point. They didn't plan on this.
They didn't plan on it.
You got to order that weeks ahead of time. You want fake DNA.
So here's Candace Owens, her most recent post on this. She says, why won't Donald Trump command the FBI to hand over the discovery documents? Let's listen to what she has to say.
To hop up on here to make sure everybody is aware of what is going on right now. I am seized, obviously, by the Charlie Kirk assassination trial. And I want to make sure I'm breaking down to the public what is happening because there is a hearing live right now. The defense versus the prosecution. Prosecution is representing Erica Kirk because she is the victim on this case. And you might recall that Erica did this news hit a while ago. It was kind of weird where she just asserted and then they passed around that she really wanted to make sure that her right to a speedy trial was observed. Okay. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, why? Well, it turns out that now we are understanding that this is going to be the prosecution's strategy. And I will be very clear here. I do not believe Tyler Robinson assassinated Charlie Kirk. And I believe that Turning Point USA is implicated in this moment in a cover-up of sorts. Okay. What various roles were played, but to me, looking at the evidence, which I have done more than anybody else, there is a cover-up taking place. And this hearing proves it. Okay. So they were supposed to have a probable cause hearing in May. It is slated on the calendar. When they agreed to do this in May, the defense, Tyler Robinson's defense, was like, well, we shouldn't set a date until we all get our discovery requests. And they were like, we're just going to put it on the calendar. Don't worry. We're just going to throw it on the calendar. And then, of course, if you guys don't have what you need, the case will not go forward. Lo and behold, Erica goes on Fox News and says, I want to make sure to speedy trial on the victim, whatever. And so now we're hearing that directly from the defense, and the prosecution is not disputing this, they both agree that the ATF and the FBI will not hand over their data files that they have had in their possession since September, despite multiple requests from the defense. They're like, we literally cannot have this hearing because we have not been given any data files. What am I talking about? This is crucial. Erica's team is arguing, we want the hearing to go through anyways. It's just a probable cause hearing. Okay, but they are basing this probable cause hearing. They want this to be televised, and they're going to say, what evidence do you have that Tyler Robinson did this? And the prosecution is going to say, well, we have his fingerprints that are on the gun. Well, what they're not telling you is that they're saying they have his fingerprints on the gun. That's just a summary report that the FBI gave to the defense. The defense is saying, okay, now can we see the digitized files? Can we see the fingerprints? Can we see your process and how you got this? No. You just get the summary. The summary report is all you need. No, actually, we need to make sure that what you're saying you saw and what you have is real. Also, aren't there 5 other sets of print? No, all you get is our summary report saying that Tyler Robinson's fingerprints are on the gun. Similarly, the ATF is also refusing to hand over for some unknown reason. It actually is kind of a known reason. Like, we don't know, but we know the reason of talking about the gun. They are also unable to get the chain of custody. Again, probable cause hearing. Erica's prosecution is going to say, well, we saw Tyler Robinson get onto the rooftop at this time. We saw Tyler Robinson get into his car at this time. Well, the defense is saying they won't give us the chain of custody. So basically, we can't dispute anything they're saying. It's possible, highly possible, that actually those images were taken on a different day.
Yep.
How do we know if you don't hand us over the files, if we can't see the chain of custody, how these files were created, who it was transferred over to? Otherwise, all we have is a report that says, well, Tyler Robinson, the FBI concluded, jumped onto the rooftop at 12:19 p.m. before taking a shot at Charlie Kirk. We don't have to give you any more. That is the argument that Erica's team is making right now. That, well, it's just a probable cause hearing, so it doesn't really matter. We want things to go through. She's a victim. She wants things to happen quickly. And their defense is making a very valid, a very layered, a not complex argument for anybody who has common sense to understand that there can be no going forward until we have what we need, because we can't dispute what you're saying. We're just supposed to trust me, bro, when it comes to the FBI, who has butchered this case and told us the most unbelievable things since the very beginning. This cannot happen. Never did I think that we would be alive for something like JFK. You grow up, you hear the stories about JFK, you hear the conspiracies, you hear about the corruption of the feds, you hear about LBJ's potential involvement, and you think this will never again happen in the United States of America, and we're never going to be able to experience that. That is happening right now. Every person should pivot, go find, there's live feeds on YouTube, there's live feeds that are on Twitter, and rewatch what is playing out right now in the courtroom, where they are arguing that the ATF and the FBI should not have to hand over their files, just their report, their summary, their conclusion, absent any digitized or data that is included in the summaries, and you should just trust them and go forward with the hearing. This cannot happen. This cannot stand. I will state again, over and over, with everything that I have looked at, I don't think there's a single soul who has given more of their life, spent more hours examining this case from every aspect than me, because I deeply care about this. And I am telling you, I have not seen one shred of convincing evidence that Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk. Not one. Okay. And the fact that his wife is trying to play this, what I would say to be a sleight of hand, not granting a continuance. Take it from someone who is perpetually sued. I have never been in a case where both sides don't just agree to a general continuance. Even me and Brigitte, despite our differences, have agreed to a continuance when we were like, oh, the date that was set, can we push it back? And Brigitte's team just agreed to it. It's almost like just something that you do out of respect for understanding that things have to be done. Why is Erica's team arguing this? They should say, we don't agree with what the FBI is doing. Of course, we want you to be able to reasonably defend yourself because we want the public to believe that this is not a show trial, right? We want the public to believe that Tyler Robinson did this. They have been signaling to the public that the evidence is so overwhelming. They're overwhelmed. They wake up, they have to pop a Xanax because they're just so overwhelmed by how obvious it is that Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk. And yet they're trying to play this game right now. So overwhelming, we don't have the data from September. We just have what Kash Patel and the ATF says happened in their summary report, but we really should just get on with this trial. This is like a hoax being played upon the American public. Shame, absolute shame that Charlie's friends are in office right now. The people that he fought to put in office are allowing this charade to go on. Donald Trump, Vance, and Kash Patel are allowing this charade to go on. Why don't they pick up the phone and demand that Kash Patel send over the files? Since they all love Erica so much, she's so innocent, she's so wonderful, we love her, we want the public to get off of her. So why don't you pick up the phone and command your FBI and your ATF to hand over the files so Erica can have her speedy trial? Oh, I know. Because it didn't happen. We all know the story that they are giving us is absolute fed slop, but this trial that is going on right now should awaken everybody's eyes to how despicable the narrative is that they are trying to serve us. Okay? Truth does not fear introspection. Send over the files, okay? And bring us to your side. But don't think that we're going to fall for this nonsense of a summary report and you presenting, there's so much evidence, it's overwhelming. No one believes this. And I am literally on fire right now and just needed to rant because I'm watching this and shouting at my screen because I cannot believe the audacity of Erica Kirk. Okay. People, you can call me whatever you want. I'm happy to be public enemy number 1, 2, and 3. I find her to be malevolent. And that's all I'll say about that.
Malevolent. She throws in the malevolent word there.
Okay, you're not that connected to intel. You're not that much of a phony unless you're absolutely malevolent. And everything they're talking about at TPUSA, JD Vance, that's the proof that he's in on everything and he's a piece of shit.
100%.
So there's no question about it now. No one says that shit with a straight face unless they're a bad person.
The Pacific Blonde says Tyler Robinson's defense team in the Charlie Kirk case just informed the court that neither the ATF or the FBI will hand over the DNA analysis despite multiple requests. His defense attorney moments ago, we know these data files exist because we have a summary. ATF and FBI reports summarizing the analysis, which go back to September. So why hasn't the FBI turned over this data yet? Why hasn't the ATF communicated why it has not? This is a blatant violation of due process and infringement of the Brady rule. Under Brady versus Maryland, prosecutors must disclose any evidence that is material to guilt or punishment, and due process requires that a defendant have a meaningful opportunity to present a complete defense. No judge with the backbone would stand up for this nonsense. What an absolute cluster F. Very well said.
They did this in Utah for a reason. The Mormons control it.
That's right.
They're in on it. They're crazy occult Zionists, and that was a Kabbalah thing. This is Chabad, that spy group that we pretend is a religion here for many years. B'nai B'rith. Candace has talked about B'nai B'rith. The only thing I disagree with her about is, since when does America not gobble up slop? What is this, a different country that don't like slop? Jeremy from the Quartering still talks about McDonald's and Burger King. And that guy is the finger on the pulse of what's going on. Just not in his bedroom with his
We stand for you.
Oi, I don't want any trouble.
No.
If you want to hear my jokes about all of this, come see me. I've got some Mikey McCoy jokes. I got some Erica Kirk grieving jokes.
I'm Jewish. It's like a minority.
We got some Kash Patel joke. We got lots. We got Dan Bongino jokes. Come see us this Sunday in Las Vegas. And then May 7th, it's a Thursday in Burbank. Lots of surprises. And then Oklahoma City, Spokane, Tacoma. Go to jimmydore.com. Come see me on tour in Las Vegas, Burbank, California, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Spokane, and Tacoma, Washington. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.